back to Columbia, Missouri for round 2 action of the Mid-America Open presented by Discraft. I am Ian Anderson, joined by Philo Brathwaite.
What's good, everybody?
There he is. This is our lead card you're getting a peek at. That was Drew Gibson. That's Chris Dickerson. We got Joel Freeman and Paul Ulibarri as well.
Yeah, that's a heavy hitter card right there.
It sure is. And that is, we got a tightly packed field, Philo.
Yeah, we do. It was playing pretty tight out there. We were hoping to see some double digits first round, but nobody got there. And a bunch of 9s, bunch of 8s, bunch of 7s.
We were kind of talking, it's kind of funny yesterday, like, Jonesboro, people are shooting like 13. You think of that as like a pro caliber, harder course, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Things get a little tight and a lot more OBs on these shorter wooded holes and a little bit more variables. A couple of the holes are a little,
yeah.
That'll do it to you.
Well, tell us about one, Philo.
Yeah, hole one's pretty righty backhand friendly. It's also pretty lefty friendly too if you want to play that low gap down here on the left side and a little more forgiving on your way into the green with the skip coming that way, but pretty attackable. You really want to get off to a good start with this hole.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy 280-foot hole, really. Nothing, not to throw anything
pretty
too
much
hard.
Mid-range for everybody.
Yeah, you called it. Yeah, we saw James Conrad throw on the NV yesterday. We'll get going on hole one here. Just a second. There we go. Paul Ulibarri stepping up to the tee. Going for a Uli Raptor over stable fairway.
Ooh, that was a good tree. That looked like it might have saved him a big outside the circle skip there.
Agreed on that one. Drew Gibson. Kind of fun, not sponsored by any manufacturer in particular. Throws a bunch of different plastic. This is going to be an Emperor.
That checked up nicely. Just inside circle one there.
Yeah. Chris Dickerson, sponsored by Prodigy. I believe he was going A3 on this one.
Nice aggressive line there. Perfect.
Almost hit the koozie if it was a little lower. And Joel Freeman out of Colorado. Back on tour. Throwing a Champion Gator 3.
That's the first time I've seen this line taken. Oh. Almost got a little tree love.
That was spicy. That would have been a fun way to start his day.
Ulibarri's been connecting with his putter all weekend.
It's been looking great, hasn't it?
Yeah. He's been playing a long time.
Yep. He's switched his putt up so many times, too.
He has.
I like his current version right now a lot.
Drew Gibson getting it done inside circle one. Good start to his round.
Yeah. Also a guy who's changed up his putting form over the years.
Putting's tough, man.
It's a thing, isn't it?
You really got to putt well if you want to survive on the pro circuit.
That's really all there is to it. You don't do that and you are gone. Joel Freeman making good on the birdie.
Nice, comfortable start for everybody there.
Yeah, definitely. Chris Dickerson will make good on his birdie as well. Started off with a star frame on one. You'll love to see it. Nice clean spin from Paul.
Lots of spin.
Yep. Making it work. All right, everybody's still tied at the top. We're now down to 10 down for everybody. Kicking us onto hole 2. And this is a pump, Philo.
Yeah, you got to get on this one. Giddy up, get on your horse, muscle up, do what you got to do. Get something that glides a lot. Most of us, I guess there are people with a bit more arm speed that can get there more comfortably, but yeah, for most of us, medium arms, 492s right at the end of our whip if we get all of it.
You going like Millennium Falcon on this one, or?
I had thrown the Falcon. Did I throw Falcon today? No, I went Destroyer today, Wraith yesterday.
It was a little windier today.
It was a little breezier, so I stabled up, so if I got over on a little bit, at least I had a chance to fight out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely keep leaking down that hill with that little bit left to right cross on this. Paul Ulibarri throwing a nuke.
It's fading out a little bit early. That'll be a long 80-footer, 90-footer into the green there.
Mm-hmm.
Just lay that one up. I don't think he'll be getting as aggressive as he did yesterday from out there.
Yes. Drew Gibson. He has thrown a destroyer.
Oof, that's got to hook up in a hurry. Too much yank on that one. She gone.
Yeah, nothing Drew throws hooks up in a hurry. He throws real hard. Chris Dickerson
Robot chicken playing it the way the hole really looks the easiest to play. Kind of a left to right, dragging it in there. Get a good forward skip. That's a really nice shot right on circle one. Should have a pretty clean look at it.
And Chris likes his jumpers. He's set that up beautifully.
It's a little bit of a death putt back there.
That it is. Joel Freeman. This is a Star Destroyer.
Get a late fade on that one. That's got to hook up. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Ooh, looks like he might still be safe.
He is inbounds. It skipped off the path down there.
Wow.
A couple
He's
feet
going to have an
inbounds.
interesting look towards the green, though.
You are very correct there, Philo. Nice little forehand approach from Drew Gibson. Should work for a bogey save.
Mm-hmm.
That was Paul quickly laying up.
Oh, kind of a layup. That looked more like a half run, and there you go. And these things happen real quick on this hole. And those putts down there can get really tricky. There's a lot of trees, and it's muddy down there and mucky.
Yeah, it was a mucky day out there. It rained all night and all morning. Here's Joel Freeman getting creative, coming back towards the basket.
Oh, he almost threw that in there.
Wasn't that cool? Great bid. Chris Dickerson from just outside the circle. Great opportunity for some strokes on folks.
Yes, lining up his step-through putt. Oh, talk about the hairest of Harris 2 highs.
Yeah.
Just barely. Ulibarri connecting with the putt from down below.
Love to see him make the comebacker.
That was kind of an unfair roll away. That came into the green pretty solid.
It was.
Just kind of popped up and ran on him.
A lot of roots. You expect that to sit in some kind of fashion. Drew looking to save a 4.
There you go, Drew.
Looking good on the green so far.
That's an interesting variable of our game, you know. In ball golf, there's no, root or something like that on the green. You know what I mean? Those kind of just odd instant change of directions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gains of speed are so unpredictable for us. You think a standard layup is going to stay there, and all of a sudden, there she go.
Yep. Definitely introduces a little bit more luck into the game. But we still love it.
For sure. It's part of the game. That's why we all play.
Chris cleaning up the par. Get a good look at his pull right down the shape of the fairway, you called it here.
Nice little hyzer release, flip up.
That was a pretty one.
That was gorgeous.
On to hole 3. Just a big hyzer for you guys. You probably called it 385 yesterday. The sign says 402. It was playing like that.
Yeah, I hit it with the Bushnell in my practice round. And pretty comfortable hyzer for most everybody. The wind is pushing pretty hard left to right, and it might be smart to take it down the middle if you don't have Superman speed.
Yeah, what'd you end up doing?
I got beat by the wind trying to go around the outside, and it never hyzered back and landed out there by the big mature tree by the sidewalk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Star Destroyer? Or did you go
No, actually, I threw a Quasar, Millennium Quasar.
What's that like?
It's
The
kind of like a
Firebird-y?
boss.
Oh.
Kind of like a
That's
boss
right.
destroyer type
Yeah, yeah.
discs. And they're brand new. They're fast and very overstable.
Gotcha.
It's kind of broken in now, so time for something new.
There you go. Ulibarri throwing a nuke.
And that's kind of what happened to me right there. You hook it out there, and the wind just bashes it down, and that's got to come back. Oh, no.
He is unfortunately going to
That's
be
a double bad break there.
out of bounds.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's kind of deceiving here. The wind wasn't really ripping until you get around this little corner of the baseball field. It was the tee was slightly protected.
You see it's doing it again.
Isn't
It's
it
just
wild?
pushing it out there. The shot we all practiced is not working, and that just by the skin of his teeth
Inbounds.
stays safe.
So funny. After Chris threw right there, I heard Paul go, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe his wind read.
Joel giving it a bit more height and angle, but goodness.
Oh,
come
no.
back just barely. See the Patriots.
They're all. Let's see if somebody can finally believe the wind read here.
Drew's got to get it high and tight on that tree.
And Drew is throwing a PD2, so a very overstable high-speed disc.
And even that doesn't want to fade out. So that's why I was thinking maybe the play down the middle would be smarter.
Yeah, sure. Something flat that's not going to get pushed by the wind as much.
The same conditions tomorrow, I'm not going around, that's for sure.
I bet you're not going to be alone. Dickerson throwing 3 after the unfortunate OB drive has that to salvage a 4, but not when you need to lead this tournament.
Uli giving it an aggressive bid and a little wide.
Mm-hmm. He'll have a par in his future, most likely. Joel Freeman, though, eyeing down a 2.
Ugh, just wouldn't drop fast enough. Good try, though.
He was asking for it, too. Drew Gibson for a stroke on the card.
Yeah, you know, he's not liking that too much.
Yeah, he's kind of got that hitch. Do you see that sometimes?
I do. That's something you definitely don't want to have in your swing as a hitch, you know.
Mhm.
You want things to be smooth and rhythmic and have a flow. You don't want to start your energy and stop your energy. That's usually not a good idea.
Joel Freeman making good on the par save. And Chris should make good on the bogey here.
Putting is hard, man.
It just, you know, it's like
It's
a
tough,
total mental.
especially when you're out here in competition. I mean, it's easy to
Mhm.
putt when it doesn't really mean anything, but as soon as you're playing for a win or on a lead card or
Oh my
just
goodness.
in the field of competition, it just your body just changes a little bit. It takes a while to really develop the ability to play under pressure.
Play through that, absolutely. That was Drew Gibson giving that a good rip. We're going to send it off to our sponsors. Make sure you come back for some more MPO action out here at Mid-America.
When I'm stepping up to a hole, I visualize everything. What's the wind, the water, the trees? What disc am I gonna choose? What's the distance? Okay, 425. I'm going with the ESP nuke. Knowing the distance is pretty much the most important thing. I feel like it's going to revolutionize how good people get. I am Paul Ulibarri. Working together with Bushnell, we can push the game to a whole new level.
Back to the action on hole 4. It really just must get nothing in the way whatsoever.
Yeah, this is a disappointing hole to take a par on, that's for sure. And I don't really see any way you could bogey unless you 3-putt. But yeah, it's right there in front of you. This is like a layup, a warm-up shot for most of us. So got to get it in there tight, grab the birdie, move on to the next one, which is a little trickier.
Yeah, like the really only big thing on this thing is the tree, but even then it really shouldn't come into play unless it blasted away. It was going
Most
away.
of the lefties these days have great sidearms, so
That they do.
You got all that space out there. The wind is kind of pushing against the grain, but the only thing it's going to do is just help you lose some speed. So go on ahead and give it a go.
Dickerson on the box.
Looks like a good wind read there, good forward bounce. Hair short, but that's well within the robot chicken's range.
Sure enough. Joel Freeman, what is he reaching for? He's going for a Joel Freeman Gator 3.
I'm sure these guys are all confused, like, how is it not getting parked on the basket?
uh-huh.
It's just that crosswind.
It is, right?
It's kind
Yeah.
of vicious out there.
They're just not getting left.
Drew's playing it a bit more aggressive. He's got to beat those low hangers and a little bit more skip than he needed, but he's still in circle one.
Yeah, he went destroyer, so
Yeah.
trying to fight the wind a little harder. Yuli. It's going to be a Yuli Raptor. Maybe a little soft. That's not
That's
bad,
right
though.
about where I was today.
Get it?
I did not. Very disappointing miss.
Oh,
6 steps off the basket and don't finish that.
you're usually good for those, my man.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
Drew Gibson looking for an acceptable result.
Woo! That's a new one.
That was sneaky.
A little jumper.
Yeah. Had kind of a tricky lie back there. There was a little twig in his stance. Joel Freeman,
Oh, yeah, mine kind of did one of those.
a little 50-50 ball.
Yeah, it was like in there and then it wasn't. You're like, come on, man.
That was high.
It was. That was floating in there.
Got away with one, thankfully. Chris Dickerson looking for a 2 as well.
See those leaves and bushes in the background swaying and rocking.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Kind of makes you think about these little putts sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, no problem.
Making good. We'll have 3 out of 4 birdies as Joel Freeman will come along and clean up the lone par.
I know how you feel, teammate. Watch the other 3 guys on my card collect their birdie.
Yeah.
Did the same thing,
man.
just like that. Like, meh.
Oh, it's a sad par.
It is.
Yep. It's a lot different than a hole 2 par out here.
Big time.
Ooh, that one trying to come back out.
Just trying.
Thankfully nestled in there beautifully. That's going to lead us into hole 5. Another really gettable hole out here, Philo.
Yeah, it's not very long. Just right around 300 feet. And there's a big spike hyzer out to the right, which is probably the play today with the wind blowing in that direction. It's really nothing low and right. You're just kind of poking and hoping down here towards the green. But if you got a good flick and have something stable enough to fight against the wind, you know, play it really tight off that mature tree on the left and give yourself a putt. I've seen some guys take ace runs too.
Oh, yeah. We saw that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin almost put it in there. Yeah, backhand or forehand plays, I feel like that late gap is advantage forehand, but it's not a huge one.
No, there's some room for the backhand too. It's just real tight.
Dickerson with an A3.
Hanging on just long enough. Click and stop. There you go. That's right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of the play. Just give it a chance. More than likely you're going to clip some trees and fall right there.
Drew is throwing an eagle. Didn't know he bagged one of these.
That's not necessarily where Drew wanted to be, I'm sure.
No, that's a pretty
little bit off there.
It's a crowded putt back there. I think Paul's going Ulibarri. Yes, he is.
Little early cut and fading out and drop in a hurry. There you go. That's a good putt right in there.
Yeah, clean one too.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Freeman. Going back to that Joel Freeman Gator 3.
Really busting over on that thing. Just got to hook up in a hurry, though. He's over there in Drew land.
Little closer.
A little closer. Yeah,
Yep.
we see him there.
Yeah, I hope we can find a way there. Here is Drew trying to get from A to B.
You said it, man. That's crowded.
Isn't it? Do you bag Gators, Philo?
I have one in the car, and I haven't used much of it yet.
Does it come out randomly here and there?
No.
No? You just grab a Firebird instead?
I'm
or?
stubborn, man. It's the Rock X3 right now. Some
Okay.
form of a champion rock has got to be in my bag. That's my go-to over stable mid-range.
That plays. Drew got decently close for a par. Here's Joel looking at a 2.
Oh, another 50-50.
That's when I feel he's got most of the time, too. It was inside the circle. Paul making good. Still connected on that putter. And Chris Dickerson, slightly weird lie.
Ooh, Scoobies it in off the front of the rim. He'll take it.
Yes, he will. And Drew came along. He said, I wish I could tell you that was a good putt.
Oh, boy.
And Drew making good on his par. All good fun on the card today. And Joel will come along and clean up another par.
I could say cheeky things, but I'll just save it.
That's holes where Joel is expecting birdies, and he's unfortunately walking away with some pars there. There is Yuli making good on the 2, though.
Making good use of his space in front of him from his marked stance
Yeah.
foot. Giving that little follow through, a little extra push. Smart thing there.
Big test here on 6, I feel like.
Absolutely. Hole 6, definitely one of the more daunting holes on the course. I mean, you really shouldn't be making more than a bogey, but, I mean, you're really thinking about all of these trees here in the middle of the fairway and just landing safe, really. You know you want to go for it. You know you've got the speed and the ability to get there, but one little click on something and you could be heading out of bounds.
And there's OB right the entire way of the fairway. It kind of wraps around, and there's OB
Almost
left.
the whole right side.
Yeah.
I mean, until you get to the other side.
True. And then the
Right.
OB switches to the left-hand side. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's not too much on the left, actually. It's just the creek in the middle and then that OB right on early. So
Yeah.
you just want to make sure you get on the other side, and you should be fine. You should be able to scramble.
Chris Dickerson on the box. Coming off back-to-back birds, leading our tournament by a stroke.
Ooh, that's a little high. That's got to catch something and get down, find somewhere safe.
And I foreshadowed a little too hard. That is out of bounds over there.
Wow.
Found the creek, unfortunately. Uli going nuke.
It's got to get
As a
stable.
Uli will do.
Oh,
He unfortunately drops in the water as well. It's a tough one. T-bird out of Drew.
that's also got to find some land in a hurry. There we go. That should be safe.
Yeah, that's a fortunate tree there for Drew. Keeps him inbounds and up and down. Pretty easy from there, most likely.
He'll get his 3 from there.
Joel Freeman going Thunderbird.
It hooks up. That should be real nice. A little tickle. There we go.
Nice.
That'll be up there for a look.
Yeah, just outside the circle, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to have some crowds out there.
Nice. It's good to have some spectators and
Yeah.
get some feedback from the crowd,
Yeah.
Gets a little pep in your step.
Right. We're looking at Paul's third after that OB drive. Little forehand zone approach.
Nicely done.
Should work for his 4. There is Chris Dickerson throwing a scuba. Not a common sight.
That'll work.
Yep, I'll take his 4 as well. Here's where Drew ended up through most of the stuff and has a clean look at it. And
Ooh.
wow,
Took a stab at it. Almost got it.
love to see it. And Joel Freeman for a stroke on the card and 2 on half of it.
There we go. There he's connecting.
What a putt.
Missed 2 like that, probably
Isn't
equaled
it
that
funny?
distance and then bangs the long one.
I call it totally redeeming yourself.
Absolutely.
Paul making good on the bogey. Nicely done. That was no gimme. Drew coming back for the par. Make sure you tune into our friends at the Disc Golf Network next week. Check out Philo and myself. We'll be doing the commentary out at the DDO. Should be a ton of fun, man.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
I think I'm actually more legitimately excited to talk than to play this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is a monster.
The thing
man.
I always say
I'll
about-
let the young bucks play that long course. out
Right?
there.
Deal with that wind, that weather.
Enjoy, boys.
Yep. We'll be chatting. You won't miss any putts the whole weekend, Philo.
Mhm.
That's the nice thing about filming.
100% all around.
I haven't missed a 10-foot putt in a while. We'll kick it off to our sponsors.
You've seen them in the hands of professionals, helping them compete at the highest level. Whale Sacks is a female-owned small business, handmade in the USA. We are dedicated to outstanding grip for all disc golfers.
Stepping into the daylight, I'm on fire.
And back out to the Mid-America Open on hole 7. This one, I don't know. What do you think about this one, Philo? It's,
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. We all got to play it. It's pretty sidearm friendly, the way that the green is shaped, the undulation of the ground, the way that the disc is received in the air. The righty backhand is just too much stuff in the way. The airspace below is much more forgiving than the airspace up in the limb. So really, really small windows when you're throwing the righty backhand play. Most guys are probably going to throw a flick and take their chances with the flare.
Yeah, I feel like there's a clean line about 2/3 of the way there, and then good luck on the rest of it.
Yeah, I think if you get pretty tight on that big mature tree on the left and then just get really overstable, usually most of those are the plays that are working out pretty well.
And there is OB lurking just behind the basket.
There is.
It
It's got to
is-
be coming in pretty hot, kind of like James shot the other day, and he just came in super hot as
Yeah.
he made that turn. He had a lot of air under that disc, and it just carried.
Joel Freeman going for an FAF Firebird.
There you go. Just got to beat these here, and there you go. Ooh, no.
Like a rescued hostage, Philo.
Oh, my
Out of bounds.
goodness. That's brutal.
Drew Gibson
Playing the tight turnover.
throwing the buzz.
Catches one of those late trees, and that pushes him about 50 feet out.
That's still like easy par salvage from there.
You're going to run that putt.
He's gotta run
There's
it.
enough space to run that
Yeah.
putt.
A3 again from Chris
That's
Dickerson.
got to hook up in a hurry, and nope, just not fast enough.
And Uli. I think he's going nuke here. Yeah, that's his ESP nuke. That's wide.
Same thing. Yep. You just want to be. You don't need to put any flat on this shot, I don't think, if you got the speed, you know. It's just kind of a one angle, one turn, you know, just throw a hyzer right inside that tree and just let the disc do what it does.
See, this is not a gimme up and down.
No, not at all. And even, no. Oh, my goodness. Well, these are the kind of things that this course will do to people, you know. Like, it's not the longest course, but those OBs, and they just sneak up on you in the weirdest places.
Yeah, this one especially, really. Drew Gibson, long birdie look.
Well, he gave it a bid, you know.
Yeah,
he wasn't the most aggressive, but...
Paul trying to save the par, but that is going to turn into a bogey for him. Joel Freeman, this is going to be to save the par after that OB drive.
There we go. 2 good putts in a row after missing a couple shorties.
Yeah, right, huh?
That'll get your rhythm back.
Yeah. Chris, looking for the 4 save.
Solid putt from Mr. Dickerson there.
And Paul's going to find his disc back there between the logs.
These putts are always kind of awkward when you don't get to do your normal thing.
You can't move your legs, right?
Yeah, you're just kind of just using the swing of your arm and the snap of your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of throws the rhythm off. You got to make sure you don't fall, do leaning forward, you know.
Yeah, you really got to focus on those.
Weight transfer and all that stuff. That's awkward. Good job by Uli.
Yeah, you can't kind of tap into that muscle memory you guys have.
Right.
You know?
It's kind of like a patent pending putt there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of be creative.
Great putt by Joel Freeman. That is going to lead us into hole 8, our par 4, Philo.
Only par 4 on the track, and it's a good one. I saw Eagle today.
You had Chandler Fry on the card?
Chanimal got it, yep.
Dang. Go roller off the tee or air
He
shot?
threw a roller, and he got right at the face of him, like right at the base of the,
the hill?
trail.
Uh-huh.
Smashed that thing right in there for a 2.
Sick.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, he dropped that roller like right in the middle of the main field goal too. Just
really?
Like, he didn't go around the tree on the right. He cut it just right down the center and ran that thing on the inside of that mature tree in the middle of the fairway and cruised right over the creek and up. We couldn't see it from the tee pad. And where did it go? I don't know. I mean, I saw Anthony Barella throw a great roller and he hits this manhole over here and shoots an OB to the left. You know, like one of those strokes you just don't anticipate getting. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Just kind of what this place has been doing to people all weekend long.
I like that roller shot. It's a risk reward thing, you know. Because Joel's going to show you the Freeman, free forehand. Excuse me, Freeman forehand.
That's funny. That is. If you got this play, I would say, just a hair low. I mean, if that was a foot or 2 higher, that gets past the thick grass, skips on the hard pan, and gets you way down there.
Drew.
That's a beautiful backhand shot. Just gotta,
throwing a Centurion. I don't know what that
You
is.
still got a little window there to get up and down.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest, but there's a chance.
Reaching out a forehand. Chris Dickerson.
Lining up a roller. Yep.
Dang, look at that thing move. Oh.
Catches one of those trees over there. That's still lined up right in the middle, though. I'm sure he'll get up and down, collect his birdie from there.
He's about a bill from there. Going Z Heat out of Paul Ulibarri.
That's got to get going to the right.
Same tree.
It's a tough shot. You can't see where you're landing. You're just kind of poking and hoping out there.
Joel Freeman, 233 to the pin, and that was a lovely kick. You saw that one?
Oh, yeah. That'll do.
It sure will. Drew Gibson, just about 100 to the basket. Oh.
Not really Drew's forte, the sidearm game, but,
No.
you know, that's all he had, and he did the best he could do. Hopefully he can get up and down, salvage his 4.
Zone from
This
Paul.
is more of an Uli shot for sure.
Ooh.
He's a sidearm wizard, so.
He almost tossed that in.
Yeah, he's great. He's got fantastic touch.
Yeah, his forehand up shots are almost second to none. Chris Dickerson.
He's got to bounce it up the hill a little bit.
Oh.
Well, it's still in his range.
Yeah. Unforced error, though, after a great drive.
Absolutely.
And Drew Gibson's got to try to find a way to the target. It's over there to the right.
There you go. That's a tough up to get up.
That was
to get
nice.
there. There's a lot of stuff in the way.
It could have gone very wrong very quickly.
I've seen it happen this tournament already.
Dickerson, awkward footing on this. It was muddy on this hill.
It's pretty terrible.
See if he can generate the necessary power.
He had the line, but yeah, it's just hard to get the speed.
Paul coming back for the birdie. Love to see it.
That was a great birdie from where he was. Great touch to get all the way up there onto the green and leave himself with a little 5-step putt.
I really like this hole. The second shot's really technical too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good par 4.
They really make you land in the middle.
Yeah.
That's key.
Yeah.
You got to be in the middle.
It's a 2
Get
great
off to the
shot.
side, and the windows just get so tiny.
Joel
And it's
making-
already tiny when you're in the middle. 6 or 7, 8 feet, something like that. Get through that high part of the window.
Mhm.
Another solid putt for Mr. Ulibarri.
Spin that one in nice and low, keeping it under the branches. Joel Freeman also carding a birdie. That's going to lead us into hole 9, practically a par 2 for you guys.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't seen more ace runs, but, the OB's 25 feet past the baskets.
Yeah.
It's a low ceiling. You can't get too aggressive maybe with the sidearm flick. Get really fast right by the green and just flare up and lose all the speed. But, I've seen a lot of guys throwing putters down here too, just kind of like a little hyzer flip, burn it into the ground, take your inside the circle putt, move on.
Yeah, it's a little kind of a safer play maybe. But they both work. I feel like it shapes forehand.
It does. It totally plays to the forehand.
Freeman going gator, I would imagine.
All that space out there. Just bleed the disc back on in, slow it down, and there you go.
That'll putt. This is a machete from Paul.
Using the ground play to his advantage. A little shorter than yesterday, but still right there in circle 1.
And Drew's going buzz. Seems
There
like a
you
lot
go.
of disc for this hole.
Great touch there from Drew.
He does have great touch, though. Give him a putt. This is an A3 from Chris.
That's aggressive.
Ooh, hit some.
Sit down. He's good.
Yeah, he's fine. Pin high there. I'll see him putting in a second. Looks like Paul just outside the circle.
Gonna do his classic step through putt. Not quite the result he was looking for.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that one. Understandably so. Drew Gibson.
Snaps that one in there off the front rim again.
Drew's making some good putts this round.
They're going in. They're going in.
That's true. That is true. Chris Dickerson makes good as well. And I think Joel should have no problem with this birdie. Joel famous for throwing the whale. Do you remember the whale?
I do remember the whale. I think the XT whale is actually kind of fun for a little
Yeah.
while. But it's kind of one of those obsolete discs for me that just kind of never stuck around.
I'm reading his course notes. 0 whale shots. This might be a first for a Joel Freeman round.
I really liked the Colt for a little while. That was a fun disc.
Yeah, that is.
They had these Star Colts for a USDGC player
Yeah.
pack one year.
Mm-hmm.
We were tossing one of those around, and I was like, wow, I could actually probably get into this thing, And then the rocks in my bag said, no, sir.
It takes a lot to kick a rock out of your bag.
Yeah, there's not enough space for another horse in this bag.
All right, guys. That is all we got for part 1. We will catch you in part 2. Thanks for watching.